Okay, what you're saying, people, and welcome back to another live stream. Now, before we get into this, make sure you follow me on my Telegram channel. I left the link to it in my description and in the live chat as well, because I'll be posting a lot of different trading setups throughout the week, and you don't want to be missing out on that, so make sure you go check it out. But like I said, we've got another live stream, and I'm going to talk you through what's happening in the charts and see any opportunities coming our way. So, let's start with AUD/USD. And you can see we did have a nice push to the downside yesterday. As you can see, we've got our resistance up there, same as our daily resistance. So you can see on the daily time frame, if I zoom in, you can see nice daily resistance here. Previous wicks around that same area. So again, a really strong area of resistance gave us a really big move to the downside. So you can see it is acting as resistance again, not as strong as previous times. We can see we are moving to the downside, but quite slowly. You can see with the price action there on the daily chart and on the hourly as well, we do have a push downside. This could just be a pullback in order for the price to continue. Again, if price was to maybe come deeper into the resistance again and retest it, that could be a better area to get into the market for some shorts. But again, when we get into the market as it is now, probably want to be taking it a bit higher up into that resistance and get some nice bearish price action from then. So yeah, AUD/USD price is still to the downside, but if we could go and test the resistance again before we get that swing to the downside, so you need to watch out for that. GBP/USD, this one's still looking bullish. We did see a nice move to the downside yesterday, but then you can see that was short-lived, and then we saw a big push back to the upside. So price has still got that bullish momentum in the markets, despite us coming up to this resistance here on the 4-hourly time frame. So you can see nice resistance there, tested it once, gave us another move to the downside. Again, not as far as the previous move, which came down to the lows all the way down here. We only moved to this new low here, and then we saw another move back to the upside. So we're coming back into that same resistance, so potentially can get another swing potentially to the downside, but again, price is definitely making those lower lows. So we've got a bit of a trend line in the market now, so potentially could be getting another test that trend line just to see price bounce back up again. So that is coming into play for GBP/USD. However, we still do have that channel on the 4-hourly. As you can see, we connect the highs of price and the lows. You've got a nice channel in the market there, so potentially could still see a swing to the downside for GBP/USD. We're still in that resistance, still underneath that trend line, so at any point we can still see a move to the downside. But you can see the current price action, we're still looking a little bit bullish. Last candle was a doji, so it represents a little bit of indecision, which you can expect because we are at some resistance, but there's nothing for us to get into the market there for GBP/USD as of yet. USD CAD, this one still looks like it's trending to the downside. Like I said earlier, we've got some nice daily support not too far away. That price recently tested, but looks like it's still on its way down. As you can see, we did test the daily resistance, had a push to the upside, but you can see prices slowly rolling over back to go and test that same support again. So maybe we're going to get a deeper test of that support before we see the swing to the upside. Price is still to the upside for USD CAD, still only looking for the longs. Again, previous daily support in the market over here, turned support again, bit of a false break up the lower time frames, which we had over there, but still acting as support and still looking to go long from this area. So if you see some strong bullish candles come back into the market, could possibly look for some opportunities to go long, but we could be seeing a deeper test of that same support, or potentially price go and break for the support and go and test the lows that we had all the way down here, which saw us give us the move to the upside in the 4-hourly chart. So that's still a possibility. Price could still trickle down, break for that support and go and test this area before seeing the swing to the upside. So in that case, price will obviously remain bearish, so we won't be looking to get into the market over here and probably just wait for price to come back to the lows. But again, nothing to get us in the market right now, so just be watching USD CAD as it develops, and maybe you can get a trade maybe early next week. USD/JPY, similar thing to USD CAD, still rolling to the downside, although we have found some support in the market. As you can see, we did have a nice push to the upside yesterday. Price came back down, retesting it looks like. Could be seeing another push to the upside. We could get some strong bullish candles like we had yesterday. Again, there's a lot of room for us to move to the upside. You can see we do have a trend line running through the market there, a test there, a second there, third, fourth. So if you do get another swing, you could easily see another test of that trend line and potentially finally see a break of the trend line and see price go a lot higher. Again, we've got the 200 moving average not too far away. We've got some resistance there. We've got some resistance all the way along here. And of course, you've got resistance all the way up there. So there's a lot of upside potential for USD/JPY if you do see some bullishness come in and we go and break that trend line and see that swing to the upside. Of course, there's a long way to go before we get there. But again, we are finding support in the 4-hourly. So if you start to see some strong bullish candles come back into the market, could be a nice place to go long for USD/JPY. But then again, there is still a little bit of room for USD/JPY to fall a little bit further. Of course, you can see the support all the way down here, which is where we had the vaccine news come in originally. So there's still a little bit room for us to move to the downside if price was to remain bearish. And of course, that's just a better price to get back into the market if we do get some bullish price action from down there. So we'll be keeping our eyes out but not trying to get in when we shouldn't. So we're going to wait for some bearish price action there and see if we can get a nice long setup to the upside for USD/JPY. USD/CHF, similar thing. We got our daily support running through the lows down there. Initially a test there, second there, and we had a little bit of false breakout there. But again, acting as support. So again, our daily support is all the way down there. We had another test of the trend line on the 4-hourly. As you can see, a test there, lower low, second test, another lower low, third test, and slowly just moving to the downside. So could potentially see USD/CHF move even further to the downside. Again, we've got the daily support all the way down there. Not really interested to get into the market as of where we are right now. Obviously, we can still get a swing to the upside, but it's not a place that I want to get into the market. So if we do get a swing to the upside, again, probably get another fourth test of that trend line and potentially a break, and we can see price go a lot further. You see you've got resistance not too far away up there, and of course got the resistance all the way up here. So again, that could be a really nice swing from a daily point of view. But if price was to continue a lot lower, go test the support area, then give us a nice bullish price action, that could be a really nice place to get back into the market. So again, price to the upside for USD/CHF, but no real place, no real trades for us there as of yet. Next, we're going to take a look at AUD/JPY. Okay, so for AUD/JPY, we saw a move to the downside from that same daily key level that I've been talking about. You can see resistance there, resistance, resistance, support, resistance, and resistance again. So we've been seeing a move to the downside from that same area, but again, not as strong as moves that we had previously. So potentially could be seeing another pushback to the upside for AUD/JPY. You can see we do have a little bit of a channel. If I remove this, you can see we do have a little bit of a channel coming up for AUD/JPY. So we connect the highs of price here, and if I connect the lows of price as well. So again, do have a little bit of a channel coming up, so potentially you could see price maybe move a little bit further, go test the 200 average and see another push to the upside, potentially breaking through the channel and seeing another test of the highs up there. So that could potentially be happening for AUD/JPY. Again, it is still trickling down, so we could see that continue further, but it does still have a potential of just pushing back to the upside and seeing a retest of that daily resistance that we had, which again, it could be a nice place to let go short just because it's a really strong daily key level. But as yet, there's no real opportunity for us on AUD/JPY, kind of in the middle of nowhere. So again, we won't be looking to take any trades there, but again, could be seeing another push to the upside soon for that. And if we do, it could be a nice place to let's get back into the market for some shorts. Next, we've got AUD/NZD. AUD/NZD still moving to the downside, still looking bearish. You can see with the 10 a.m. candle there, still closing bearish. They're creating lower lows. On the daily time frame, you can see we are breaking through this support area in the market. As you can see here, support there, support there again. You saw that bullish candle come back into the market, but from then we just straight away reversed and went to go break that support, and now we're trending below it. So we are looking quite bearish from a daily point of view. There's still a possibility of a false breakout happening, of just price closing below the support, catching people on the wrong side of the market and then seeing a nice push to the upside. So that is still a possibility, and again, you can still see that we're in that channel. So again, we're at the lows of the channel. Naturally, you do expect price to find support from there and see a swing to the upside. However, you can see we are looking quite bearish still. So if we connect the lows of price, you can see we had initiate a test there, a second there, a third, Now could potentially be having a fourth before we see a nice swing to the upside. And again, potentially could be seeing a swing to go and test the trend line up here. As you can see, initial test there. Second, could be seeing a third test finally of that trend line, or maybe potential highs up there. So again, it does have some upside potential, but the price action is quite bearish for us on AUD/NZD. So it could be expecting that to continue unless you get some strong price action from where we are. So again, eyes on AUD/NZD for a swing to the upside, but as of yet, there's nothing for us as price is still looking bearish. Next, we're going to take a look at GBP AUD. GBP AUD, again, still moving a little bit sideways, not the clearest pair right now. As you can see on the daily, we definitely got a resistance all the way up here. Resistance there, resistance, resistance again. So nice clear resistance in the market there. Again, we're starting to look bullish again, so we could potentially be seeing another swing back to the upside to go and retest this area. We did see a nice push to the downside from that same area on the daily time frame. Found some support. As you can see, previous support in the market, support there, bit of false breakout, support, test it again. As support went to retest it, and we're looking bullish again. So potentially could be seeing another swing back to the upside for GBP AUD, maybe to go and test the highs up there and potentially go and break it this time, or again reverse and see prices continue to range for GBP AUD. But on the daily time frame, we definitely got support and we've got resistance above us. On the 4 hourly, again, we're starting to look bullish. We've got the 200 average that was keeping price below it for some time now, but recently we just closed above it and we're starting to look bullish. So I could be seeing that continue higher for GBP AUD, but we do have a bit of resistance not too far away. As you can see, support there, support, resistance, resistance again. So if we do clear this level, GBP AUD does have a lot of bullish potential. Maybe go and test that resistance on the daily time frame and potentially go a lot higher if we see a break of that area. Again, you can see there's the daily resistance. So GBP AUD is not really clearest pair at the moment in time, so we won't be looking to take any trades on it since it's not really clear opportunities for us. But again, starting to look bullish, so could be seeing a move to the upside, potentially go test that daily resistance, and then maybe we can see a clear opportunity come our way. But as of yet, still looking bullish and could be seeing GBP AUD continue to the upside. Next, we're going to take a look at NZD USD. Okay, so for NZD USD, still waiting for a swing to the downside for this one. Again, we do have a little bit of a channel coming up for us. As you can see, if I connect the lows of price, so kind of squeezing between these two trend lines on the 4 hourly. So potentially you could be seeing another push to go and test that trend line again for a third time, or maybe a double top pattern, something like that, and could be looking for some strong bearish candles to take NZD USD to the downside. So again, biases to the downside, not really interested in any of the buys as of yet for this pair. And again, we're still in that channel on the daily time frame. As you can see, if I jump to the daily time frame, you can see we're still in that channel. Again, quite haven't tested the highs of the trend line, but nonetheless still looking for the swing to the downside, still looking for the shorts for the USD. You can see we had a big move and we start to run out of steam, starting to see some more bearish days come into the market. So a little bit more indecision as you expect. We're coming up to the upper trend line, so naturally looking for the shorts for a nice swing to the downside and potentially to go and test the lows of this trend line. As you can see, initially test there, second, third, fourth, fifth. So again, multiple tests of this trend line, and we could easily see price get attracted towards it again and potentially finally see a break of the trend line and price break out of the channel and give us even further swing to the downside. There's some support here, price might want to go test. Of course, you've got the support all the way down there, and of course you've got the 200 moving average not too far away as well on the daily time frame. So again, a lot of downside potential for NZD USD, and only looking for shorts at this moment in time. Again, like I say, we've got that little bit of a channel moving for us on the 4 hourly chart. Again, we could potentially see price climb a little bit higher first, maybe go and test the daily trend line or the upper trend line in the channel before we see the swing to the downside. But ultimately, still waiting for some strong bearish candles to come back into the market to take this one lower. And yeah, only looking for shorts, but we could be seeing potential NZD USD shorts trading opportunities come to the market maybe later today or early next week. So we'll be keeping our eyes out for that. Similar thing with NZD CAD. NZD CAD still looking like it's climbing higher. Again, we did have our previous resistance on the daily time frame here. Previous resistance, push the downside, again resistance there, but you can see we have broken above it, but still only looking for the shorts for this one and expecting a bit of a false breakout. But you can see with the price action, the 4 hourly, Normally when you want to see a breakout of a level, you want to see a strong price action like we had here. You can see we're just slowly just rolling higher. So again, that's not really strong breakout potential. I'm probably more favouring a false breakout for the CAD and a swing back to the downside rather than price continue higher. Obviously price can still continue higher, but that's the case. We won't be looking to get into any shorts for the CAD. So still waiting to see if we can get some strong price action to take us lower. So far you can see we just slowly making our way higher. Again, a little bit of a channel for NZD-CAD as well. You can see kind of squeezing between these two trend lines, and eventually we want to see a break of the trend line, and that could be the indication that we could be on our way back down, and we could potentially be having a false breakup for NZD-CAD. So price is still to the downside for this pair. Again, only looking for shorts for NZD-CAD. As of yet, nothing to get into this market. So similar to NZD-USD, we might be having opportunities later today or maybe early next week. So we'll be keeping our eyes open for that. Next, we're going to take a look at Euro JPY. Now, Euro JPY still looking bearish here. We saw price slowly roll over to the downside. I was talking about this key level in the market here that could act as some support. So again, you can see here, really nice key level, resistance there, support there, resistance now acting as support there again. And every time we test this level, we've seen some nice rejection. As you can see, really nice rejection of resistance, nice rejection of support, big moves to the upside, again resistance, now acting as support. So potentially see price hold here and give us a longer move to the upside. But then you can see the 10.00am candle closing there. Closing below our moving averages as well, closing quite bearish. So the momentum looks like it's picked up back to the bearish side, and we can potentially see price go lower. So if you do see price going break through the support again, it could be opening up the opportunities for price to continue lower to potentially go and test that daily low that we had all the way down here. Again, you can see it a little better on the 4-hourly time frame. So again, the daily low we had all the way down there. So if you do break through this area, again, we do have a lot of room to move to the downside, go and test the lows down here. And then again, we could be looking for some longs to take it back up for Euro JPY. As you can see, we do have this trend line running through the market. That price keeps testing. So initially test there, second there, third. So again, could be seeing another swing back to the upside to go test it for a fourth time. So that will probably be the targets for Euro JPY longs if you do get the opportunity, and if price go break for that level and see a nice test of the lower support level. So, but as of yet, still looking bearish and kind of the middle of nowhere. So really won't be looking to get into the market there. So could be seeing a nice move to the downside, go and test the lows here, which could be a really nice place to look to get into the market. But as of yet, no opportunities for us for Euro JPY. Next, we're going to take a look at GBP NZD. Now, GBP NZD, again, still looking for the longs for this one. As you can see, we're coming up to a really strong area of support on the daily chart. You can see support there, support. So really nice area of support. We are making lower highs though. That's something is to notice for GBP NZD. As you can see, initial test there, a second test we had there. So it could be seeing a third test of the trend line, but again, a potentially lower high. So if you were to get in the GBP NZD long, potentially not going to see maybe that big of a move to the upside, potentially going testing the highs up here. Obviously, if you do go break the trend line, we can potentially see a test of the highs up here. But if we don't, we could easily see price push the upside, get rejected by the trend line, and see another move back to the downside to go and test the support area again. So that could still be a possibility. Again, price action on the 4H is not the best. We're quite messy. You can see a lot of wicks everywhere. So potentially to get another move into that support and then get some better price action coming out could look to go along. But as of now, you can see a lot of indecision candles there, a lot of up and down, not really the clearest market to get into here. Again, GBP/USD only looking for longs as of yet. So nothing for me really to get into the market here. Could look quite messy. So we'll be leaving GBP/USD alone for now. But again, could be seeing some nice upside potential. Go and test the 200 moving average or maybe the trend line just above it. And again, if we see a break of that trend line, there's a lot of room for us to move further to the upside. But again, initial target will probably be the trend line, because we can easily see price get rejected and see another swing back down. So we'll be taking that into account. But as of yet, GBP/USD is not really a pair that I'm looking to get into as of yet. And finally, we'll take a look at GBP/JPY. And GBP/JPY again still moving sideways. We did see a slight break to the downside in the 4-hour yesterday. As you can see here, we did have a nice trend line in the market here. Looking at the highs again, nice. So again, a little bit of price squeezing between those two trend lines. Then we saw price break to the downside, and then you can see we found some support, and we're looking bullish again for GPJPY. So that just be a false breakout. As you can see, for the majority of this week, we haven't really moved anywhere for GPJPY. We kind of just been moving sideways. So if we don't see another swing to the downside like we thought we could have done, as you can see, we've got a nice trend line running through the market. Initially test there, second, third, fourth, fifth. So it could be seeing another sixth test of that trend line. But if you do remain bullish, you can see another push to go and test that daily resistance. As you can see on the daily chart here, previous resistance there gave us another move to the downside. Again, resistance there gave us another move to the downside. So if you do remain bullish, because we did have some strong support in the market, which is probably why we're moving sideways. As you can see here, we had resistance there was turned support, and you see that's probably why we're moving sideways, because of the support that we had in the market, and then we could potentially see price hold. And if we do hold and get some nice bullish momentum, we'll probably see price go up and go and test that resistance again for GPJPY, and potentially even see price go higher, or maybe see price get rejected to the downside again and see price range between those two levels. So that is a possibility for GPJPY. Again, you can see on the 4 hourly starting to look bullish as well. But again, there's nothing really there for us. A lot of guessing with GPJPY. Maybe if we were to get back to this resistance and get some strong price action like we did here, could look to go short and probably target that same support again. But as yet, there's nothing for us to get into the market, so we'll be staying away for GPJPY for now. But yeah, currently not in any trades at this moment in time. I exited both my USD and GCAD yesterday, and still looking for some opportunities for the NZDs, like NZD USD, NZD CAD. Really nice potential short opportunities for us there on the 4 hourly time frame, but we'll be keeping my eye out on those pairs. As of yet, you can still see they're slightly bullish, so I won't be looking to get into them as of yet, but maybe that could change at 2 p.m. So we'll be keeping a lookout for that. If anyone wants me to look at any different charts or any different pairs, wants my opinion or my analysis, just drop it in the live chat and I'll make sure I'll get back to you and give you some analysis on that pair. But like I said, we're just going to see how the markets get on during this Friday morning, and see if you can get any opportunities later today or early next week. Okay, so it's coming up to 12:30, so I'm going to look to end the live stream shortly. We're going to do a quick rundown of the charts and see what's happened since I last spoke at 10 a.m. So for AUD/USD, still see that we're looking bullish. You did have that push to the downside, but then from then on, we've seen price move much higher. And again, that candle currently is looking quite bullish. So we could probably get another test of the highs up there, or potentially see price break through it. If we do, price can go higher. Like I'm saying on the daily time frame, we do have some previous resistance slightly higher up here. You can see we wicked into that area there. So if price does break through that resistance, there's room for price to move higher. Potentially go and tag that area before seeing that swing to the downside. So there is still room to the upside, but nonetheless, we'll come back to some strong area of resistance there on the 4-hourly and the daily. So again, naturally looking for some shorts there, but we are looking bullish. So potentially you can see price continue unless we get some strong bearish price actually coming into the market. But as yet, won't be looking to trade AUD/USD. GBP/USD still moving sideways a little bit. As you can see, we had a doji the previous candle, and so far again a little bit indecision this candle as well. Still got an hour and a half before that closes, but still looking like we do have a bit of indecision in the market at some resistance, which you do expect. As you can see, we were potentially having that double top initially test there. Second there, we pushed to the downside, but then you can see we have pushed back up. We're retesting that same resistance, so potentially could be seeing price maybe fall back down again a third time, but we do have to take into account this resistance, this trend line running through the market. So you can see initial test there, second there, it could be a third, and probably see price either go break through that resistance to go higher, or potentially go break through the trend line. So we're kind of getting squeezed between the resistance and the trend line, so it just depends which one wants to break first. If we do break through the trend line, we can see a nice swing to the downside. Like I've been saying, we do have that channel on the 4-hourly chart, looking at the highs and lows. So again, if we do break through that trend line again, we can probably get a nice swing to the downside, potentially go and test the trend line down there. But if we don't, we could maybe get a test of the upper trend line again, or see price continue higher for GBP/USD. So again, possibilities to both sides. The bias is still to the downside there, only looking for shorts, won't be looking for long positions on GBP/USD right now. So only looking to take shorts, but again, the price action isn't really there. We had some nice previously, which gave us them into the downside. Now we'll come back into that same area. So waiting for some nice bearish price action. Could be happening later today, or maybe even early next week. So we'll be looking out for that. USD CAD still moving sideways. You can see slowly rolling to the downside as well a little bit. As you can see, slowly making those lower lows and those lower highs. We're coming back into that daily support level. As you can see highlighted here, initial support there. Again, acting as support there with a bit of a false breakout on the lower time frames. And again, we're coming back to that same level of support on the 4-hourly chart. So naturally looking for longs here and catching a swing back to the upside. So again, the price action right now is still looking bearish, so won't be looking to get in the market just yet. Maybe again, some to GBP/USD, maybe get some entries later today, or maybe early next week. So we'll be looking out for that for USD CAD. We're coming to a nice area where you want to buy the market, previous daily support. So we'll be looking for longs, but as of yet, the market is not ready to be bought on the 4-hourly time frame. Next, we'll look at USD/JPY. USD/JPY is similar, still looking for those buys, but again, nothing for us to get into the market as of yet. As you can see, we do have some nice support there, so obviously price has found some support, but there is, like I said, room for price to go lower. As you can see, we had nice support down here, which gave us that big push to the upside. So if price does break through that same area of support it's currently at, again, we could move lower to go and test this area before we get the swing to the upside. So that is still a possibility, and then potentially see a nice long swing to go and test the trend line again. As you can see, initial test there, second, third, fourth, could be seeing a fifth test of the trend line, and finally a break, which we've been expecting. But again, still room to move to the downside for USD/JPY, so need to be aware of that, and could possibly be looking for longs maybe next week as well if we do get a break of that support area. And USD/CHF still moving sideways a little bit, as you can see. Again, did have that trend line which sent us to the downside, and again, still treating it as a pullback, still treating this move to the downside as a pullback. You can see a big push to the upside, pullback, expecting price to go and break through that trend line and go much higher. Obviously, from a daily point of view, we're coming up to the lows of this downtrend. You see a big push to the downside. We found some support, obviously, in the market down here, and expecting a nice push to the upside. Now it's counter trend move to the upside, potentially go test the previous highs that we made up there. Or again, we had some nice support going through the market here, initially test there, second there again. So that will be acting as resistance now. And the 200 average is not too far away as well. So a lot of upside targets for USD/CHF from a daily point of view. Friday slightly just moving to the downside, but again, expecting that to be a pullback and soon see price continue to the upside. Won't really be looking for any opportunities in this area. If price was to pull that even further, maybe go test the daily support again, that would be a really nice place to get back into the market. But as of yet, won't be looking to take any trades for USD CHF. So currently I'm just still looking at NZD CAD for some short trades. Again, still looking bullish there for NZD CAD, as you can see with the current candle. So won't be looking to get into the market with that one. Probably be waiting for next week for a possible short trade. Similar with NZD USD, as you can see, still looking bullish. So NZD is looking bullish this morning so far. So looking for these pairs for short trades, not ready as of yet. You can see we're still bullish, expecting a nice swing to the downside for both of them. Again, we do have a nice channel going through the market for NZD USD and NZD CAD as well. But so again, naturally just looking for a swing to the downside. Again, on the 4H time frame, which is the time frame I like to enter my trades and exit, we're looking bullish, so I won't be getting into the market as of yet. So again, probably a trade for next week for this one, and again potentially even later next week as well, if we continue much higher. So again, just looking out for NZD USD and NZD CAD for next week. We'll be seeing if we can get some nice short trades, but as of yet there's no opportunities for us right now. But that is the end of the live stream. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and also leave a like on the video if you're feeling generous. If you haven't already, make sure you follow me on my Telegram channel. I left a link to that in the live chat and in the description below. So we post a lot of different trading setups throughout the week, and you want to go check that out. But like I said, it's the end of the live stream. I hope you all enjoyed it, and until the next one, I'll see you later.